Shabbat Shalom, everybody. This week, Shabbat Parshat Balak presents an array of challenges, theological challenges, reading the text challenges. We're enamored by the story. Excuse me. We're enamored by the story. Here you have the king of a foreign nation. You have the prophet that's not Jewish, a Gentile prophet that rivals Moshe Rabbeinu. You have elements of wonderful storytelling and challenging moments where Bilaam wants to not follow the command of God, but he shares that he has to follow the command of God and over again, and sacrifices and altars, and it's a bizarre and strange story that is exceptional in that it's an outside perspective of the Jewish people. It's nations of the world perspective. This is an outsider looking in. There are many details to discuss. I hope we have the opportunity over Shabbat to discuss many of them. There's one pasuk in particular that I want to share with you now. Right towards the end of the story, when Balak is already done, Balak says, "Stop talking. All you're saying is praise. All you're saying is positive things. Stop talking. It's one thing to not curse the people like I wanted you to. It's a whole nother thing to now make the situation worse by praising them." He begs Bilaam to stop talking, and Bilaam can't stop talking. He has more prophecy to share. In one pasuk he says, "Mi mana afar Yaakov et mispar es rova Yisrael tamos nafshi mos yisharim otihi achrisi kamohu." Who can count the dust of Jacob, number the dust cloud of Israel? They are so plentiful. And then he kind of sneaks in there a little phrase. "May I die the death of the upright. May my fate be like theirs." There's a question that you can ask about Bilaam. If he was a prophet, and our sages tell us that his prophecy rivals the prophecy of Moshe Rabbeinu. If he was a prophet, why doesn't he convert to Judaism? If he's talking to God face to face, like Moshe was talking to God face to face, and he knows the truth, and he knows that he cannot act without the approval, without the direction of God. If his mouth is a mouthpiece for God, as we see over and over and over again in the Parsha, then why isn't he up there with Jethro, with Yisro, as the great converts to Judaism? Here he gives us a hint. He wants to die a Jew. He doesn't want to live a Jew. Living a Jewish lifestyle is hard. There are sacrifices, there are challenges, right? It demands so much of us that is uncomfortable, that is inconvenient. Bilaam experiences the inconvenience, and he shows his hand that he wants great wealth, he wants honor, he wants to pursue the pleasures of this world. And that's why he always comes back to God and says, let me go, I really want to go, let me go with these people. And God eventually lets him because there is free will. And Bilaam chooses to live a life of short-term pleasure. He chooses to live a life in which it's all about what he can gain in this world, but he realizes the beauty of living a Jewish life is that you have a goal, is that there is an olam haba, that there isn't a finite structure to our time here, that there is there's a greater context to our lives. And so though he doesn't want to live a Jewish life because it's just too challenging, it's just too hard, it takes too much of a commitment, he shows his hand and says, I kind of want best of both worlds. I want to live the life I want to live, and then I want to benefit from the death of a Jew. It's hard to think about our mortality. It's hard to think about how we are here impermanently. But it's made easier when we put it in context of the promise of Olam Haba, the promise of sitting with God in Gan Eden, whatever that means, that there is a piece of us, there is a soul that is permanent. There is a part of us, a spiritual part of us, that is indeed immortal. That promise is a promise that is attractive to Bilaam and should frankly be comforting to all of us. I'd love to hear your thoughts about Bilaam. Who was he? What was his motivation? How does the story end? Why does it end like that? Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom. Come stop by Shul. Come see the construction that's taking place. Baruch Hashem, we are building physically, we're building spiritually. A lot of exciting things are happening at Shul. Wishing everyone a healthy, inspiring, and a beautiful Shabbat.